Hello and welcome to PRSay. This is the Houston chapter of, this is PRSay, the Houston chapter's award-winning podcast. We get an opportunity to connect with all of our members here on PRSay, and we bring you our members. We introduce them to you, ask you to connect with them so that we do meet in person. You've got an opportunity to already have something to talk about and really just grow your network, because that's what we're trying to do here in our PRSA chapter in Houston. So with that, we're going to bring on our guest. We've got a fantastic guest joining us today from Love Advertising. But before I introduce Tala, I want to make sure that I remind you to hit subscribe, because we don't want you to miss any episodes of PRSay. If you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, drop us some comments and we'll be sure to connect with you as well. So with that, let me go ahead and bring on Tala Kseibi from Love Advertising. Tala, welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on here.
Yes, you bet. We're so excited to connect. So Tala, first of all, I love your name. And I hope I pronounced it correctly. Tell me the origin of your name. Yes.
It's actually from Syria. I'm originally from Syria.
Fantastic. I love it. I love it. Well, I love your name, Talia. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got started in communications.
Yes. So my name is Tala, like you said. I'm currently a PR manager at Love Advertising. My journey started at UTSA. I went to college there at University of Texas at San Antonio. I had majored in public relations, so communications with a PR focus. But before that, I did switch majors before I got to PR, actually. I was a political science major on a pre-law track.
Awesome.
But last minute changes happened throughout my junior year. It was awesome. I hadn't known a lot about PR before that, before I met with my advisor. And I was like, listen, I don't know if political science is my thing. I need to find my thing. It's my junior year. And then she recommended communications. And then she was like, we have 3 different tracks. We have HR, PR, and I think there was one more thing. And I was like, what is PR? And then she was like, it's public relations. This is kind of what it entails. And at that point, I was still like, this sounds interesting. I don't know much about it yet, but it does sound interesting. So I actually ended up switching my major that day, started classes the week after, I believe. And literally the first class I took with PR, I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do. And it's just like an instant click. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. You got guided right to it and you knew exactly this was for you.
Yes. And so I was there at UTSA. I continued my education with PR. I had a great mentor throughout my time there, Dr. Lekon. So he's a professor at UTSA who actually taught me more about PRSA, PRSSA, and San Antonio chapter and all of that. My senior year, he had asked me to reactivate the PRSSA student chapter at UTSA. And I was like, okay, for sure. I don't know what PRSSA is yet, but I took on the role. And then I reactivated the chapter. And throughout that time, I had made a lot of connections with great members and mentors and PR pros in San Antonio who have really, I've looked up to them a lot. And they're the reason why I'm where I'm at right now.
Oh, I love it. Yes, we love our friends in San Antonio. I'm good friends with Rebecca and Monica down there in the PRSA, the San Antonio chapter. They're fantastic. So, that's wonderful. So what brought you to Houston? How did you get from being a leader in PRSSA at UTSA over to Houston?
So I was originally from Houston. I was in Houston, but I went to college in San Antonio. So I spent 4 years there, and then I came back here. I had plans to come back here after I had graduated, but, starting my career there in San Antonio, my senior year, I was working with researcher and writer, student assistant in a way. And then that semester is when I took on that PRSSA leadership role, recruited over 20 members, and we raised over $5,000 for the chapter. And it's currently still a live chapter at UTSA. It has a big, big spot in my heart. And kind of how I led to Houston, where I landed Love Advertising, is because we normally get like internship opportunities, through PRSA for students. And I had received that email. I was like, oh, this is in Houston. I'd look into it, shared it with my members. I looked into it a little bit more, applied the same day, interviewed, got the internship. So 2 weeks after I had graduated from UTSA, I started my internship here. It was like a 10-week internship up until August. great experience. I mean, I have a great group of leaders with me as well and coworkers. So after my internship had ended, I stayed on as a full-time contractor, and I'm currently a PR manager managing some accounts at Love Advertising. So it's been great. I mean, I love PR and what it can bring to us.
Oh, that's fantastic. What kind of accounts are you working on? What do you enjoy most about them?
Everything. I mean, PR, there's something new every day. We're
Yeah.
learning something new every single day. And I think that's what really keeps me going. And having the opportunity to work with several clients. So I work with a lot of B2B and B2C, some home services, job more services, as well as trade outlets. So we work a lot with trade
Nice.
media, material handling industry, insurance, and just several different clients. I've never thought I'd learn about forklifts
Right?
with the material handling, like things that take us and brings us our packages and all of that in warehouses. So it's been a great experience. And I think what I love most about it, like I said, is the diversity of it. And, every day is something new. I'm working on several different clients. It's not just one same thing. There's always new opportunities that come our way, and kind of keeps my mind going and staying creative and like timely. And I think with the new trends it's happening and just ever changing. So I love that.
Oh, that's fantastic. I agree. It's you find out things you didn't know even existed in public relations.
100%. It's a wealth of information.
It is. Well, I got to tell you, I love your energy. And I know that public relations in the Houston area, and quite honestly, in our state, are in good hands with students like you. And we've got some fantastic PRSSA chapters. And San
Mhm.
Antonio sounds like they are primed and ready to continue to grow that chapter. So good job there.
Thank
That's
you.
fantastic. Yeah. So before we wrap up, I want to ask quickly, what are a couple of pieces of advice you would give to students coming out of those chapters? What do students need to be thinking about now about our profession? Because oftentimes we know what our advisors tell us. Excuse me. We may have
Yeah.
mentors, but at the end of the day, like you said, there are things we don't even know about our industry. What are a couple of pieces of advice you would pass on to students who are graduating?
The main thing I would say is put yourself out there to people, make those connections. A lot of times things don't come to you. You have to go to them sometimes
That's
and
right.
find the answers to the questions that you're looking for. Definitely join PRSA Houston, become members. And if you're currently a student, do join the chapters. I mean, PRSSA chapters, it's a great way to start your career. Not only does it give you internship opportunities, networking, but it really fulfills that professional side, and it inspires you to do more as well. So I definitely encourage students to become PRSSA chapters, be involved in organizations, talk to people you want to learn more about. I also, another thing I wanted to mention, I'm currently a PRSA Houston on the board director. Also will be leading the new Young Professionals Committee. So if anyone is interested, make sure to reach
Yay.
out. There's so much happening this coming year, and so many great events and ways to enhance our organization and bring on more young students like us, because we are the future as well, and we bring the new ideas and just the fresh side of us. So definitely get out there, I think, is the
That's right.
main thing. Don't be afraid to ask questions, to put yourself out there. I mean, that's part of PR as well. You always have the extroverted PR professional. Sometimes there's an introverted PR professional that not a lot of people really know, but it's just putting yourself out there, I would say, is the main thing.
Oh, that's great advice. And it's true. And it's a great reminder for those of us who are in our mid careers or towards the end, looking towards retirement. It's a great reminder. We've got to keep learning. We've got to keep growing, and networking is the way to do it. So, Talia, that's actually really brilliant for everybody. So, thank you for that advice. How can
Thank
people
you.
connect with you? How do you want people to reach out to you, get to know you? I love that you're serving the organization in a leadership role. I think that's fantastic. It's super exciting for someone who's been at it for a little while to see the young energy
Yeah.
come in. How can people connect with you?
People can connect me on LinkedIn. So my full name, TalaKseibi, and just send me a connection request and know if you'd like to meet. I'm happy to meet with anyone. At Love Advertising, we also have summer internships that are starting up, where applications are going live next week. So
Yay.
if you're also interested in an internship, let me know. We run the internship program. So yeah.
I love it. Let's get more students in. All right, Talia, I'm definitely going to connect with you because I don't think we're connected on LinkedIn. So as soon as we wrap up with this, you can expect that in your LinkedIn box.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me on here.
You bet. You bet. All right. Guys, if you haven't connected with Talia, make sure you do. This is our future. We've got some amazing young professionals coming into the space here in our Houston chapter, and we want to make sure that we stay connected with them, impart some of our wisdom that we have, and then take some of their new ideas and really grow for our clients and for all the projects that we're working on. So with that, I'm going to wrap up this episode of PRSay. Remember to hit subscribe if you are listening to the podcast. And if you are watching on LinkedIn or Facebook, drop us some comments so Talia and I can be sure to connect. And with that, we'll wrap up this episode and we'll see you at the next one.